Hello, I'm Victoria Gallagher from HipTalk.com, and today I want to talk to you and give you a little bit of a demonstration for how your brain works. I want to teach you this because I want you to understand how hypnosis really works and how it can help you to create the new habits in your life that you want and to be able to make all kinds of changes that you would like to make in your life. So here is a picture of the brain, and I'm going to show you three different parts of your brain to start off. All right, so we've got our reptilian brain, and our reptilian brain is the oldest part of our brain, and this is the part of the brain that controls the most basic elementary functions of your body, such as your heart rate, your breathing, your temperature control, your digestion, those kind of things. This is also known as the brain stem. All right, so then we come to the mammalian brain. We share this more modern part of the brain with mammals, and it's also known as the limbic brain. It takes care of more sophisticated functions such as sexuality, instincts, emotions, immune system, as well as blood pressure, blood sugar, and so on. It contains the amygdala, which is responsible for our emotional processing, the hypothalamus, the thalamus, and the hippocampus, which plays a critical role in our long-term memory and spatial navigation. So all of these parts that I just mentioned, these all belong to the limbic system. And then the most recent and the largest part of our brain is called the cortex, and that is on the top of the brain. The neocortex processes all the visual, auditory, kinesthetic data, as well as your reasoning and intellectual processes. It also compares previous memory with new situations so the body can react accordingly. So this is what happens when we learn new information. So the brain consists of billions of neurons, all right? These little guys here, these neurons. And these neurons communicate through the axon, all right? And the information actually gets transmitted through these little neuroreceptors, neurotransmitters, okay? And this is also called the Synoptic Gap. And so all of the information that you learn, basically, it creates these electrical impulses. So every time you repeat the same behavior or you think the same thing, because the brain really doesn't know the difference between whether you're actually doing it or if you're thinking about it. All right, and this is important information to understand. It doesn't know the difference between whether you're actually doing it or if you're just thinking about it. And so every time you think about it or do it, this electrical impulse, the electrical impulses get stimulated, and this gets stronger and stronger and stronger. These connections between neurons and neurons, they just continue to get stronger and stronger. And so when you're creating a new habit and you're thinking about your new habit, that's what's happening in the brain, is you're building a strong highway between these neurons so that you can remember and associate this information easily. So you don't have to consciously think about things all the time. It just happens automatically. So when you are breaking a new habit, though, the exact opposite of this is happening. These electrical impulses are getting weaker and weaker. So when you are, whether you're breaking a bad habit or you're breaking a good habit, or you're thinking about something, if you stop the thought process, eventually those electrical impulses die down, and that becomes weaker and weaker, and so that habit or that thought process no longer exists. It just not really disappears, but it just has a very weak connection. It's still there in the brain, but it's just a very weak connection. And meanwhile, you're building strong connections between these new thought processes, and that is how habits are created, and that is how memories are created, and that is how your brain learns new information. So when you go into hypnosis on a regular basis and you go into your visualization and you think things, all right, and your brain is visualizing and making some type of, a electrical impulse between the thing that you're thinking about, then that information gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So that's why you want to listen to and do your hypnosis on a regular basis. And that's why you want to also incorporate as many senses as you can, stimulate that brain by visualizing, by feeling, by thinking about that thing that you want to do, because again, the brain doesn't know the difference between whether you're actually doing it or if you're just thinking about it. And in hypnosis, a lot of times people think that it's okay to just drift off to sleep, but this activity is not happening when you're sleeping. This activity can only happen if you're imagining something, much less if you're actually, doing it. It'll do that if you're actually doing something, but if you're imagining it, it works just as well as if you're actually doing it. But if you're just kind of laying there and you're not stimulating your brain with information that it can understand, because words don't really have much meaning to the brain. It's the images and the imagery and the feelings that you create that is making this happen for you. That's where the changes really do take place. So I wanted to give this information to you because I want you to understand a little bit more about how your brain learns information. And I'm Victoria Gallagher from HipTalk.com, hoping you have a spectacular day.